Guys, do not use diesel on a Prius or any car that doesn't take it. The station ran out of gasoline, so I used diesel since I figured it'd just make my engine louder. It does not make your engine louder. My car broke down, waiting on AAA. How does anyone that drives not realize that petrol cars and diesel cars are two different things and the fuel is not interchangeable? I have never before now heard anyone say they thought that diesel just made engines louder. What? Who believes that? I'm guessing by the fact that they referred to it as gasoline and not petrol, this is American, right? In America, do you have a theory test before you get your driving license? Because in the UK, you have theory and practical, right? You have an on-paper test and you have a physical driving a car test. How can someone get through the whole of their theory and practical and not know the difference between diesel and petrol? What? Special thank you to my YouTube members and patrons for supporting the channel and supporting my content. How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to another subreddit video. Today we are going to be returning to r/facepalm. I was just in a facepalm kind of mood today, you know? I just wanted that like, really? You know? So that's what we're gonna do today. Before I begin, I just quickly wanted to mention that I will be streaming over on Twitch in 2 hours as of this video going up. I don't know why I did it as if it's gonna be about 2 hours. It's gonna be 2 hours of this video going live as it is every week. So go check that out. I'll probably be playing Deep Rock Galactic or something. I don't know. Go check it out. Other than that, let's take a look at the subreddit, shall we? Fox News is freaking out about Biden's newest video where he sips from a dark Brandon mug. That's actually a really dark joke at the expense of the American public. Brandon is not a compliment. So we had a solid year, maybe 2 years, of Republicans saying, "Let's go Brandon," which is their own little acronym that means F Joe Biden, right? And they've been saying that for years. And then Democrats came along with the dark Brandon thing, which was the "we don't give a f." He's owning that with this dark Brandon thing. And now suddenly Republicans are angry about the presence of the name Brandon. You started this. Oh, suddenly now that you're not the ones on top of it saying "F Joe Biden, let's go Brandon," suddenly it's not acceptable anymore? Get the f out of here. Feminism encourages women to leave their husbands, practice witchcraft, destroy capitalism, and become lesbians. And here I was thinking they were going to point out some of the negatives, but no, they didn't. They didn't point out any. You know, if a woman needs to leave her husband for any reason, that should be her right. Divorce should be the right of any party in a marriage. If one person doesn't want to remain in that marriage, they shouldn't have to. Doesn't matter who they are. Practice witchcraft. Okay, sure. Destroy capitalism? Good. Become lesbians? That's their right. Once again, saying it like that's a bad thing. That's their right. Donald Trump swore in court yesterday he would not attempt to influence or intimidate witnesses, retaliate against anyone, or in any other way attempt to obstruct the administration of justice. Are you prepared to comply? The magistrate judge asked. Yes, Trump replied. Followed by Trump then posting on Truth Social, "If you go after me, I'm coming after you." And then probably, knowing Trump, as has happened in the past, he'll probably dox some of the people involved. He might dox some of the judges, state their names. That's happened before. How is this not breaking that rule immediately? And why don't we hold Trump to the same standard that we hold anyone else who would have done this? Like, honestly, he's a criminal. And in fact, even his lawyer made the foolish mistake of entering an interview on live television and just basically admitting to Trump's crimes. I have never had any faith that Trump will be arrested for any of the crimes he's committed, and I'll be honest, I'm still not massively optimistic. He's a very rich person, and very rich people very rarely get punished for any of their crimes beyond maybe a fine, and that's what I'm expecting at most. But like, come on, if he doesn't get any kind of sentence from any of this, the justice system is broken. Well, how long would the pregnancy take if she had twins? 9 + 9 = 19 months. Okay, first of all, that's not how pregnancy works. They don't have to create one and then create the other. They make them both at the same time. It still takes 9 months. But ignoring that fact, 9 + 9 doesn't equal 19. 9 plus 9 equals 18. It would be 18 months if that's how it worked, not 19. Double facepalm. 2-in-1 facepalm right there. Pro tip, ask for cucumbers instead of chips at the Mexican restaurant. Most are happy to accommodate. Girl, you don't even look happy about it. You asked for cucumbers and you don't even look happy about the fact that they gave you cucumbers instead of chips. I can guarantee that most places, they might say yes, but they won't be happy about it. Oh, she is pulling a full-on hide the pain Harold right there though. Like, seriously, that's a hide the pain Harriet right there. This needs to be turned into an exploitable. The, you know, memes that get used with different captions, they're called exploitables. That's what this is gonna become. It must, right? It must. Many people lie to themselves about Cavill's attractiveness. He used to be cute, had a full head of hair, youthful exuberance fit. Now his balding hairline is tragic, body ruined by steroids, any traces of old attraction gone with him being a creepy weirdo gamer. Well, he was always a gamer, first and foremost. Second of all, receding hairline? A tragic hairline? Dude has barely got a widow's peak going on. His hairline is not receding. I mean, that's not a receding hairline. But also, personally, I think he's more attractive in the second picture than the first. In the first picture, he looks like I'm gonna see him at a golf course telling me that his daddy's car costs more than my house. In the second picture, he looks like he's gonna help me fix my bike. I would much rather spend time with the second picture. Obviously, they're both the same person and like, he's just aged, but I think he's grown into his looks. I don't think there's anything unattractive or tragic about his appearance at all. Found out my 3-year-old son yelled, "We in here!" during an active shooter drill at his school today. Okay, but what's the real facepalm here? That a 3-year-old doesn't understand the seriousness of a drill, being a 3-year-old, or that a 3-year-old is being forced as a necessity to do an active shooter drill? Because I think the real facepalm here is that a 3-year-old should even need to do one, that the country should even be in such a state that a 3-year-old taking an active shooter drill is even a consideration. That's the real facepalm. Mercedes locks faster acceleration behind a 1,200 annual paywall. Yeah, cars keep doing stuff like this recently, and it's just the features in the car already. This is the same vibe as, I think, was it BMW that locked heated seats behind a paywall as well? Like, the heated seats are in the car, you're already paying more for a car that has heated seats just for them to charge more on top of that. If they're charging you less for the car, then fine, but they're not. You're still paying the exact same premium for a car with that acceleration speed, only now you have to pay an extra $1,000 a year to actually access that feature. We are in the most f***ed stage of capitalism, I will tell you that much for free. It's like that, the motorbike airbag company. You can get airbag vests for motorbikes so that if you crashed, your vest is the airbag. And there was a company that was going to be making you pay a subscription fee for it. I don't know if that ever saw the light of day. I have a feeling it might have been declared illegal, but my god, the fact that they even attempted that is fact. I got dumped over my new piercing, guys. I really don't like your piercing. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. Good night. Good night? I think I'm done with this. If that's your final answer, then okay. Yeah, that made me find you so unattractive. Alright. I'm gonna block your number. Don't bother messaging back. Okay. I took you off all my social. Okay, so you're better off without him, first and foremost. You're better off without a person that would dump you over a piercing, that couldn't even talk to you about it. But second of all, it's very clear they were trying to get a rise out of you, because they could have just said like, I don't want to date you anymore, and ended it at that, but they had to let you know that I'm removing you from all my social, I'm blocking your number, you're so unattractive, all of that stuff. They were very clearly trying to get a reaction out of you, and the fact that you didn't give them that reaction makes this so much more satisfying. Like, from your perspective, on your side, it's so much more satisfying that they didn't get anything out of this from you. So you did the best thing you could have done here, and you will be so much better off without someone like this. I worked at Forever 21 as a cashier, and I guess the customer I rang up was an IG baddie because a few people recognized her, but I didn't. And when I checked her out, she was like, "This line is so long. Do you know who I am?" And I said, "No, sorry. And then her card declined for $1.35. Honestly though, it doesn't matter how famous you are on Instagram or YouTube, or how famous a musician you are or actress you are, or anything that gives you fame, really. I don't give a shit. You don't get to skip lines. A line can be long and you have to queue. You're a human just like everyone else. Doesn't matter. Doesn't mean anything. Being like, don't you know who I am? Makes you a pretentious piece of shit. And quite frankly, I couldn't give a shit who you are. This Instagram influencer that pretended to be in Emirates business class. Can we stop calling people like this influencers, first of all? This is not an influencer. Second of all, this is really, really reflective of the kind of online society we've generated now, where actually flaunting your wealth isn't as important as pretending to be wealthier than you are. She's pretending to be in business class. She can't afford that. But that's how she's gonna get more likes and clicks. And somehow that works. Somehow people are gonna like and look at an influencer's account more if they pretend to be rich. And I don't understand why. Why is it interesting to anyone that she's on a business class flight, even if she's not really on it? I don't find that interesting. Like, wow, you have money. Okay, why should anybody else care? Seriously. I do not understand Instagram influencers who flaunt their wealth and somehow that makes them famous. I don't understand why people watch, subscribe, and follow people just because they're wealthy. That baffles me. It really does. 2,000 miles isn't that much, honestly. I could drive that much in a day. If you drove at a steady 75 miles per hour without ever slowing down or stopping, it would take over 26 hours to drive 2,000 miles, more than a day. Well, assuming you're correct, then let's suppose that I didn't sleep to have more time in a day. Then I could probably make it. And what are your sources for your data? 2,000 divided by 75 equals 26.6. It's called math. You should try it sometime. Well, I'm not sure if I agree, but okay, you can't just disagree with math. That's not how math works. Also, not sleeping doesn't get you a longer day. There's still only 24 hours in a day. You can't be like, I'll just not sleep, then I'll get 26 hours. But yeah, just this person showed a maths equation, a correct maths equation about how many hours you would have to drive at 75 miles an hour to travel 2,000 miles. And they're like, I disagree. That's just how maths works, buddy. You can't just, you don't just be like, nah, I disagree. Maths doesn't exist, because I'm right. That's not how maths works. And the final post. This one's kind of a sad one, but Florida baby dies after teen mum adds fentanyl to bottle, thinking it was cocaine. Now, the thing here that gets me is the way this is written and the way that the parent defended this is suggesting that they in any way thought that giving a baby cocaine is at all acceptable. Like, it's tragic that the baby died of a fentanyl overdose, but you also shouldn't have been giving a baby cocaine if that was your intention. You shouldn't have been giving a baby either of those things. Being like, yeah, the baby dying of a fentanyl overdose wasn't my fault. I was trying to give her cocaine. What? What? Some people shouldn't be parents, and I guess she's not anymore. And that's where I'm going to end the video. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed. If you would like to support me in making more content like this, then I have a Patreon in the description down below, or equally you can click on that join button on the channel to support me. It helps a lot more than you might realize, but by no means should you feel like you have to. I'm going to keep making content regardless. Special thank you to everybody that does support the channel. It genuinely means so much. All of your names are on screen. Thank you. Like, it actually helps a huge amount, so thank you so much. Other than that, thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed, and as always, I will see you in the next video. Peace out.